You won't see a sign up to this village, one of the prettiest villages in Gloucestershire. I think we're in Gloucestershire. We're on the border anyway, with Somerset, with Bath, North East Somerset. This is North Stoke, and it's very, very pretty. Oh, this is nice. But a Roman villa was found here. I think behind me where that house is, there's a barn they dug up, and there was a Roman villa underneath there. There's also marked on the 1886, I think, map. Roman road going through here. They call it the Via Julia, I think, which is probably a load of old poppycock, but it's worth pointing out. So this is we're up on Lansdown, above North Stoke, next to the Bath race course, and there's a Promontory hill fort, Iron Age, with a couple of round barrows, probably Bronze Age. We'll talk more about that in a minute. Yeah, so it's got a defensive sort of like a cliff edge on two sides as a triangle, and at the other end on the flat, where there's a flat approach, it's got a bank and ditch. Obviously the whole thing would have been surrounded by wooden palisade or something like that, and yes, I expect it probably had multiple functions. Both somebody's playing a flute behind. I thought I was imagining it, but anyway, yes, it's probably religious, political, the centre of a small state, that sort of thing. It's right on the edge of the Cotswolds, which has symbolic value for the people here. I don't know much about what's been found here, but so it's part of a set of earthworks which are of interest. Apart from its beauty, it is pretty impressive. I mean, it's not like Maiden Castle, but it's a lovely location. It's a nice triangular shape. Anyway, let's get on to the barrows. Behind me is a rectangular earthwork. It's just you might be able to see it, and over here somewhere behind me, which I can't really see on the monitor, is a pair of Bronze Age barrows. Two round barrows together in the same little area together. I think it's the same ditch surrounds them, so it's a paired up Bronze Age barrow. And so it's probably the rectangular earthwork is probably Iron Age. Of course, we think to ourselves, anything straight edged with the right angles on it, it's got to be Roman. This area within 100 yards of me, there's Roman stuff. but that isn't Roman. It's something else. But it's the next. But it's probably Iron Age, and the round barrows are definitely Bronze Age, and we know that. And now the Anglo-Saxons reused and built their own round barrows, so it's a custom that sort of lasted sort of 3,000 years. Probably not handed down from generation to generation. It was probably just the Anglo-Saxons came along and said, yeah, I like the look of that. I'll have one of those too, rather than a tradition. Or a tradition brought over from their own homeland, a Europe-wide idea of burial. But we know it's Bronze Age because there's a Bronze Age item in there, a gold sun disk on a bronze backing, and it's part of a pan-European idea of culture. So you will find sun discs in Europe, in round barrows. So it suggests there's a European culture, but consumption isn't necessarily say anything about the much about the deeper beliefs of the person who's buried there. So, for example, I consume American TV. I even consume the occasional piece of American clothing, for example, but I occasionally wear a baseball cap, get it free with a bottle of oil. I'm not averse to wearing them, but it doesn't make me American. I'm not American, I'm British. There are differences, though if you're being down from Mars you probably wouldn't see much of a difference, but then if you look deeper, you just have to look at the amount of domestic gun deaths in America, per capita, compare it to Britain, you'll see there is a difference in culture. Though we do have, our statutes are different. We do share a common law, equity. These legal principles are shared between us and the Americans, and elsewhere in parts of the British Empire. But yes, so is the person buried here part of a pan-European culture, or is he just somebody who went over to the Bronze Age equivalent of Lords and went, oh, I like those bronze gold discs, I fancy one. While still holding on to his own whatever meaningful word there is for these islands in the Bronze Age, let's call it Britain, holding on to their own British culture, who knows, but it is there. It was in tiny fragments. I'm going to try and reassemble it using a bit of Photoshop. I have some bits and photographs of gold items from other Bronze Age barrows. I'll try and do a composite. I did go to art college, I should be able to do it, but we'll see how much time I've got left. But this is the reason I'm saying all this is millions of people, hundreds of thousands of people must have come up here on walks from Bath and not know, gone, oh look, that's Bronze Age, and then just walk past, not realising there was gold underneath there. This is there's some pottery there. This is a schedule ancient monument, so I can't take it away with me. But there you go, just to show you, I'll put them right back where I got it, lying on top of the ploughed surface. You'll find pottery. You won't see anything, and then suddenly you get loads all at once.